Yeah, so quick extras channel video, because this is the single most expensive thing I own. So when I first started doing just all this, I was just using my phone camera at the time. It was a Pixel 4a. And I mean, it got the job done, but I really didn't like that A, you could only do autofocus, which meant recording screens was a nightmare, and that I couldn't manually change the shutter speed, which made recording screens a nightmare. So I bought this Sony ZV-1F at the very beginning of 2024, and it's what I've continued to use for the past year and a half. But you know, I've been wanting to increase the quality of my videos a bit, and this thing just kind of isn't really cutting it anymore. You may have noticed in a lot of my videos, if I try to zoom in on anything on a screen, it's just so blurry that you can't make anything out. So I balled out of control. This is the Sony Alpha 6700 with quite a large lens. And yeah, it cost more than my PC by about double. Speaking of double, I can double my warranty period. So yeah, this thing can record in 4K 60 FPS, unlike this thing's 4K 30, which you might be able to tell is, you know, being 30 FPS. And you know, this thing doesn't have like a proper, like, actual lens on it. I mean, of course it has a lens, but it's really small, and like you can't like manually adjust it by turning it or anything. Oh man, it came with a strap. Here's the battery. That's a huge battery. It's got like a holographic screen on it. Not really, but like if I turn it that way, it's that. Oh, this is really hard to film. There's Sony. Oh, there's the information of it. Oh, I still don't know what this is. Alright, here's the camera itself. It flips in. Why don't you package it like that? So yeah, already quite a bit larger than my current camera, even without the lens on it. Let's get the lens out. Okay, alright, it's got a cover for the... Oh, wait, yeah, it's got a cover for the cover. Hold on. And then it also has one of these things that does that, if I can get it on. There we go. It's also got a cover on this side, which is nice. And yeah, this one has autofocus and manual focus and a ridiculous amount of zoom. Battery goes in here. Still not exactly sure what this is for. Is it for the viewfinder? It's for the viewfinder. Yeah, it has a slot for this. If this camera came with this pit of hair, I guess. Well, that's gone. I don't even think the microphone's here on this camera, but like, I can give it hair. I would kind of like to find that, wherever that went. Oh, I see it. Got SD card slot back there. Bought this like 512 gigabyte SD card, might as well get this in there. Where are ports and things? 'Cause I kind of need those. Oh, there is ports. Oh, there's another port. Everything being on this side instead of this side is kind of annoying because everything's on this side of this camera, and so is everything else on my setup. I set up this like wall-mounted monitor so that I could monitor the output of the camera here. Had to drill some holes in my wall for that one. So the ports being on this side means I have to like route it around the camera to get to that. Alright, let's get the lens on here, I guess. Try not to get too much dust on it. I think I did it, and it's so big. It gets bigger too. Oh, so that's why it's like that. You can't flip out the screen if you have that on. Okay. Oh, and also the hair is making it so that I can't see the settings. Damn, I guess this camera remains bald. It seems to be out of battery. I'm just gonna steal the power cable from my current camera. So how do I turn it on? Alright, let me consult the manual. It just says set the power switch to on to turn on the camera. I felt it vibe. Oh, okay, yeah, the battery's just dead. Alright, guess I'll let it charge a little bit. I'm realizing this this camera might be a little bit too heavy for the whole setup I'm doing here. It might be a bit too heavy for my tripod. It's like I've got the camera on a tripod that is then on a stick. It's just so... It's been charging for like 5 minutes now. Can it turn on? No. Okay. I'll let it sit for a while. Okay, so it's been charging for a bit, and if you noticed a severe lack of microphone audio during that first clip, in between shots I was trying to plug in the monitor and accidentally flipped the surge protector switch, which then shut off my entire PC, and then when I went to Audacity to, you know, recover the file, I accidentally opened every recovery file that it had ever made ever, and then it crashed and deleted the recovery file. So yeah. But hey, I got the monitor plugged in. Alright, does this turn on yet? How much battery does this thing need to have? Yeah, it's charging. I guess I'll just let this sit for even longer. Alright, it's been like half an hour, 45 minutes or something. I swear to God if this doesn't turn on. Like, it's charging. Like, it's got the light. And like, the battery is physically warm. Oh, I took out the battery and put it back in, and now it just works, I guess. Okay. Certain features of this camera may involve the use of biometric data. Okay, I don't want to connect a smartphone at the moment. It is currently, as of recording this, somebody's birthday. Alright, we have a camera. I'm gonna get this set up on the tripod and, you know, we'll take a look-see. Alright, we got the new camera all set up here. And, man, is it wobbly. Like, even just me, like, walking around, it just, like, causes the whole thing to wobble because this thing is just really heavy. The autofocus works if you try hard enough, it seems. Hold on. I guess it just doesn't really like focusing on things that are close to it, so... Just gotta stay down here and it works. Yeah, there we go. But, like, check this out. It zooms down so far. Like, if I just wanted to get, like, a really close shot on something, I can just do that. Like, let's say I wanted to, you know, get a close-up on that text without, you know, bringing up the thing. There you go. What's something I could, like, show off to demonstrate, I guess? I don't know. Here's a copy of Bunka, I guess. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And I can, you know, do that. It's the guy. Here's the PS Vita, I guess. I will say, one thing that's already nice about this, you may have noticed in, like, some older videos, if there was anything that was just, like, black in the middle of the screen, the autofocus would just die. This one's handling it just fine. I mean, until I get a bit too close and it just, you know, only does the back, but that happens for everything. Let's see, does this still have any battery in it? It does! And, like, I can just... There we go. Alright. And, like, I can zoom in even further. You don't need capture devices when your camera can zoom in this far. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say other than just like end of an era, I guess. This camera has filmed like pretty much every single video that's in like the most popular tab of my channel other than the Wii Mini video. So I mean, like, it's done a lot for me, but also like